My life be like, yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Road to BCS. If you don't know what Road to BCS is, this is basically a series I'm going to be documenting my time, I think, for the next 3 months, so from July until September. My experience with the game from starting from this point to BCS Championship. What you don't know is how you qualify for Worlds. I believe you have the top 3 to get an invite, and then if you get first place, you get a paid trip to Tokyo, Japan. So let's get it started. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to do a little bit of an introduction about myself. I've been playing this game for about, I want to say about 6 years. I think ever since 2013. And I love it. I've been going to a lot of tournaments. I topped multiple tournaments, multiple ARG tournaments, but I never got that one win that certified yourself as like a good player. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do with this series. Hopefully I can get first at the BCS, but I hope you guys enjoy the ride. It's going to be a crazy one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna, maybe I'll do like one of my mats. Right now we have this mat. This is from the Bushiroad Spring Fest mat, but along the series I'll show off some mats that I've topped with. But this is the Bushiroad mat, so for today's episode. And what this episode's going to be about is I'm just going to, rewind. Blah. I bought a clan split, basically. And this is going to be the clan I'm probably going to play for the BCS Championship in New Jersey. And it's Nova's, first of all. And what I did was I bought a clan split. But if anything changes whatsoever, it'll be updated on the channel, and we'll go from there. So this is going to be the first episode, and I feel like with the first episode, we need to do a big opening. And what way to do a big opening than a clan split from Ideal. So basically, if you don't know, I usually get my clan splits at Ideal. I'm pretty sure everybody gets their clan splits at Ideal. But if you don't know, Ideal is a really, really cool company that does clan splits for certain sets. And I think everything but Bermuda. But you can just order the clan split from there. That way you're not buying boxes or anything, and you're not relying on RNG. So yeah, so I bought a clan split from Ideal. I haven't opened it yet. I had to like take off the tape for the video. But yeah, let's get into it. So this is gonna be from Heroic Evolution, I believe. Heroic Evolution, whatever Heroic, the new set, whatever the new extra booster is, where it's Kagero, Link Joker, and Nova Grappler. So I got Novas, and I'm still missing a lot of stuff. Not a lot, but I'm still missing some stuff from for the deck for Deitys. I don't know which one I'm gonna run. I love Heroes, and I would like to make Heroes my main deck for the series. I think that would be cool, but I don't feel like it's gonna win a BCS. But you'll see me probably playing Heroes in some matches. I hope to get live games on here as well. But yeah, here we go. We have clan split. Look, the little hero guy on top. So this is the clan split. There's more in here. What I hope they did was I hope they gave me the XL2 markers, because if they didn't, I'm going to be very upset, and then I have to buy them. And I was really looking forward to playing this at locals this week. So yeah, hopefully they gave me the markers. I think this is all common, and they put all the hollow stuff in here. So let's go through the commons and rares. There's commons and rares in here. That's just the receipt. So as you can see, they're a trusted source. They package it very, very nicely. I think I paid $70 for the clan split, which is like kind of worth it and kind of not. Before the release of the set, these cards were, I think the VR was like worth maybe $10. So like $40 for a playset, and then the triple rares for BCD, I think we're going for $5. That's another $20. So like it's kind of worth it, but then as the set comes out, the prices go down, and like the VR is like worth like I think $3 or $4 now. So like it's kind of like you gotta take it with like a grain of salt. Like it could potentially like be bought out like what was it, the clan split before this set for Novas got completely bought out, and then Assure Dragon was a $15 card when it came out, and then a week later it got bought out, and now it's still a $30 card to this day as a recording. So, and by the way, that's the card I'm missing, and I'm missing 3 copies of it. So hopefully on the series we can get some. I'll document, getting it. So yeah, we have. There's another hero card. This is for Girly Belly. I think that's her name. She's definitely going in the hero deck. We got 4 Savannah Wilds. I think I'm gonna attack one of him. This is my favorite card in the deck, but it's sad because I don't think I'm going to use this card because it's only a ride, like the first turn target, and then that's it. After it's done that, it's kind of dead. But it's like a Mega Man card. I love Mega Man. That's one of my favorite games of all time. So maybe I'll try to fit him in somehow. This card is nuts for any Nova Grappler deck. Basically, it gets plus 3k for each damage that you have. So if you have 5 damage, it's going to get plus 15k. We have the new, 9k vanilla grade 1s. Then we got the new front triggers. We got 4 of those. Everything's going to be a 4 of. We got these new cards that contain a additional crit. It's a grade 2, 3k base, but it has additional crit. So swings for 2 damage. Kind of fun. New crit. For the new starter, I like the old starter better. So I'm going to probably use the old one. This card is nuts as well. This is another thing for heroes. I'll explain the hero cards when I do our deck profile. And this is a misprint, 3 minutes. This is a draw trigger. We had this before. It's a reprint. But it's 3 minutes together, like all together. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get up to you. Focus. Yeah, it's like 3 minutes. It's spaced out, the old one, but yeah. We have those. We got 2 of this guy, 4 of this guy. The heals, which we had from last set, and then another good card for heroes. I believe she can just be splashing at any Nova Grappler deck, actually. When your Vanguard's attack, and this unit gets plus 5k shield. For each card you damage them. Okay, I think it's for every Nova deck. So we got 4 of all those cards. The clan split's 4 of everything, and I dropped the package. Alright, so did we get... So there's no markers in here, so I'm praying that there's markers in here. Okay. Oh, I see markers. Yeah, there we go. We got the Spelling Valley marker as well. Awesome. I believe we got 4. I may get 4 regular ones. That's awesome. I really want this marker because it's for heroes. I want the one with the character on it. I believe there's some without the character on them, but I really want this one. Imaginary Gift Excel 2. So basically, it's kind of better than this, depending on which deck you're running. Where this marker gets you plus... Oh, God. Let me move the camera back. Where this marker gives you plus 10k, but then this marker gives you plus 5k, but you get to draw a card. So, I like the plussing effect better, so I'm going to use XL2 more. And then we got 4 of this bad boy, for the VR, which is insane, for heroes. I have an SVR of this card, so it's probably be played in the deck. I want to get actually all these SVR. So we got 4 of this guy. This card's really good in BCD. I may splash him into heroes as well. This card makes BCD amazing. So is this card. And then more BCD cards. Another BCD card. And then we have... This is a hero card, I believe. But there's 4 of each in here. And then we have the new draw PGs where... not draw PGs. On ride, you get to draw a card, discard a card. And move all this stuff up. I'm moving the camera around. If you hear a wind thing, too. If you hear a wind thing, wow. If you hear the wind, it's because I have my fan on. And then for this drill the deal. So, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't put it in with the other rares. But, yeah. Basically, we got 4 of these guys. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right here and then show you what we're working with. And then we'll show you step by step, the process of making a deck. And... yeah, and then we'll do some changes along the way. If we do any changes, it'll be documented on here. So let's get started. I'm going to cut, and then I'm going to show you both decks. So, yeah. Be right back.
One eternity later.
Alright, well that took a while. Well, now I am back. I got the hero deck done. After this, I'll do the BCD deck. So this is what we're working with so far. I have not tested any of this. This is just going off lists that I've seen or my own input on the deck, my own twist. But, yeah. So without further ado, here's this hero deck as of right now. We'll update it as we go in the series. We'll do heroes and we'll do BCD, and then we'll find out what we're gonna play at BCS. So regular starter, obvious. You draw a card. I like the old starter better. I just like the artwork. Then we have AKA Tyson right here, Spinning Valiant. So we do have one SVR. I want to get this whole thing by the end of the series. I want to have this all complete SVR. If I can get an XVR, if I could pull an XVR, that would be freaking amazing. But I think I like the SVR better. So basically what he does is you and your opponent both have to attack the Vanguard only. That's just when he's on Vanguard. That's just a permanent skill. It's really, really good. It protects your rear guards, except when the matchup against Kagero. Because they could just pop, and same thing with Norakami. His skill is basically Counterblast 4. He gets plus 10k, and when your opponent would guard, they have to guard with 3 cards. So, 3 or more cards. But it's really, really good when you're trying to push for that game, for the end game. I've seen people go from 3 to 6 within that turn. And then you have like a full board, and depending on what triggers you pull, you can just go off. So yeah, 4 of those you need to. It's a hero deck. Next up we have 4 of, what is it called? Girly Belly? Basically she makes all your hero cards. As long as you have, what is it, 5 heroes on rear guard? Yeah, if you have 5 more hero cards on rear guard, all of your Guardians get plus 10k. So like that includes your grade 3s and the grade 2 in the deck that gets plus ton of K for what is it? I'll show you later, but it's a grade 2. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's her. It buffs her defense up because her skill already buffs her up. So like you can stop people going off at you, and it's really good against the force matchup. So yeah, 4 of her. But she needs to be on Vanguard or Rearguard to do her effect, though. Next up, we have... I tech 2 of these guys in, the Miss Splenda. Splendor. What she does is, when any of your hero attacks, your opponent cannot intercept, and then they get plus 3k for the unit that attacked. So, really cool. And I believe all this is heroes. So yeah. And then if you have more rearguards than your opponent, the unit that attack is plus 3k, so you have to have more rearguards. And then we have one of this guy. I only tech in one of him. The less I saw tech in one, I feel like, oh, it was a really good card just to tech in at one. He may be coming out of the deck, but for right now, it's basically when it's played, Counterblast 1, you Soul Blast 2. The Soul is something that we do fix in this deck. You'll see why. Because there's a lot of cards with Soul. Jesus, this card's really... I'm not sure because of glare. I don't know if you can see that. But I'm trying to read it. You still let you retire all your opponent's rear guards in the same column as this unit. And if one or less... So if 1 or less units were retired, this gets plus 15k at the end of the turn. Really? It says or less? That's insane. It says 1 or less. 15k at the end of the turn. I don't know. I feel like that was supposed to say 1 or more, but 1 or less. So if you retire 0, it still gets plus 15k. Hey, look at that. Alright, so next up we have this hero card. This card is amazing in both decks, in both heroes and BCD. I need to get another placer because I'm going to start switching out from decks, so I don't have to. But basically, it says... when your other rear guard is retired due to an ability of your opponent's card, so basically against the Kagura matchup, you can Soul Blast 1 and put one of the those cards into your hand. And put one of those cards in your hand. So basically, if something's retired, you can Soul Blast, put it in your hand. When this attacks, this unit gets plus 3k into the end of the battle for each card in your damage zone. So if you have 5 cards, it's going to get plus 15k, which makes it 24k attacker. And if it's on the XL circle, it makes it 29k attacker. So it's hitting that past force marker. You know, past the force. If they hit a defensive trigger, if you're going against a force matchup. That's only if you're at 5, but still really good. Next up, we have this girl. We play for her. What was it? Warrior Chakram. I don't think I went over this card. I like the style, but it's called Stylish Hustler. That's the name of this one. This one is called Warrior of. Oh God, I'm gonna butcher this name. Chakra. I don't know. When your Vanguard is attacked, Soul Blast 1, and this unit gets plus 5k for each card in your damage zone. Not 5k, but 5k shield. So basically, it's for intercept. So when your Vanguard is attacked, but she has to be on rear guard. So I believe it's when you intercept. You can't just call her from hand because her effect doesn't go off. But yeah, so if she's on the field, you can just intercept with her, and then just Soul Blast, and she gets a bajillion shield with Girly Belly on the field. So really good. Except the aggro plays. Tekken 2, Cup Bowlers. It says when you have during your turn, if you have another hero, this unit gets plus 5k. It makes it a 14k attacker, and when it's on XL2, it makes it a 19k attacker. So yeah, just handles magic numbers, you know. Next up, we are on the grade 1s. We have 4 Smash Masher. When it attacks Counterblast 1, this unit gets plus 5k until the end of battle for each card in your damage zone. So it's like the other grade 2 that we have. So if it's at well, this one gets plus 5. I think the other one got plus 3. But if you're at 5, this basically gets 25k. And this unit gets plus 5k into the battle for each card in your damage zone. Yep. And then at the end of your turn, if you have a grade 3 hero Vanguard, put this unit in your soul in your counter charge. So it allows the unflipping for the massive cost of the grade 3 spinning Valiant. So yeah. Then we tech in, well, not tech, but like this is like, I said, just because the way I have the deck set up, and you're gonna see why with this next card, because we constantly are building up soul, and we can afford to play this card at 4. If it doesn't work out at 4, I'll play it at 2. But this is what we have for now. When it boosts a hero, you Soul Blast 1 and it gets plus 5k, so it's a 13k booster. So it helps to hit the magic numbers. We'll see how it goes, but then otherwise, this may get cut down to 2. This may get cut from the deck completely. This deck may change, but we don't know until we test. So I think we'll start testing maybe, I think this week, Wednesday or something like that this week. But the time you see it will be way past it. And then we have 4 Streaming and Dancing Announcer Shout. I love and hate this card. When it goes off, it's amazing. When it doesn't go off, it's just I remember playing it in BCS and I hated it. I hated this card. And then all the lists I've seen with BCS play this card. It's freaking insane. Maybe there's something I'm missing. I don't know. But I tested this card and it was just ass. My opponent just got a better hand than me, and then just proceeded to wreck me. But then, you know, that was before we got this new stuff. So, what it does is basically you rest this card, check the top card of your deck. If it's higher than your opponent, you get to draw a card, and they have to soul charge. Both of your opponents, both you and your opponent have to check the top card of your deck, and then who's ever higher gets to draw it, and then who's ever lower gets to soul charge a card. Now, this kind of works for me because I'm using a lot of soul for the grade 1, the grade 2, and there's another card that uses soul. So like having soul isn't that bad. But I really want the plus effect off. It just sucks when you hit like a heal trigger in the soul, or when you hit like a like a draw PG in the soul. That's really annoying. So we'll see where this goes. But if the what is it? If they're equal, you both get to draw. Yeah, if the grades are the same, you're gonna opponent draw a card. So we run a lot of grade 3s, so we should be winning the. We run, I believe, 11. So there's a higher % chance of hitting the. Wait, there's a police car going past my house. Sorry, that just took me off guard. I just heard a police car just passed my house. So yeah. Losing focus. Yeah, so if the grades are equal, they both draw. You and your opponent both draw. So yeah. We'll see how it goes. The deck is kind of like focused around just doing combos. It sucks you have to rest this, so it can't be a booster, and we don't have the grade 1 BCD that untaps and draw a card off of it. But we'll see where we go from here. I mean, we'll see. Because the deck is basically focused around soul, you know, stuff like that. Then we have the triggers. I'm just going to go by this fast. 4 heals. 4 draw PGs. We're playing 6 draw. And then 6 fronts. This may turn to 8 draw. 4 fronts. But I want to test with 6-6. I feel like that's a good number. If not, we'll test with 8 draw. I really like the 8 draw. I played with 8 draw before in what deck did I play? Dimension Police. So hopefully we can make this work. If it doesn't make it work, then we just make it this, or we can take out the draws completely. You know, I'm happy with the PGs that we got, and it allows us to play more crits, if anything, if we want to. But I feel like this deck, for this iteration of the deck, this is a good trigger lineup. You can change, like I said. So that's what's so good about the series. The series is basically, you know, we're learning together how to play this deck, or BCDs, depending on which one. And we'll pick one at for BCS. So I have my little token here. I always keep this. It's like a little good luck charm for me. It's like from the Power Rangers card game. I love Power Rangers, so yeah. And then we have just the fronts and the markers, the XL2, XL1. So yeah, let's get to the BCD profile coming up soon. Just hold on 1 second.
3 hours later.
And now we're on to the BCD profile. This is what we have for now. I'm still missing some cards, and they're just really expensive, and I kind of don't want to dish out the money for them. I don't feel like I want to spend $30 on one card. But I'll see if I can make some trades or something like that around. Hopefully for the series we can have this fully complete. So yeah, let's go into it. We have the BC80 starter. Same thing on ride, draw a card. Let's put this right here. We have 4 of the brand new Aluminal Dragon. This is a really good card for the deck. It changes the deck up a lot, and I think this in the grade 2, it's what really changed the deck, because before that, the deck was just, you know, doo-doo butt cheeks. It was bad. So what this card says, once per turn at the end of battle that your rear guard attack did not hit, Counter Blast 1, you stand that unit and it gets plus 10k until the end of that turn, that this unit attacks your opponent's Vanguard. So yeah, it gets plus 10k. So as long as you attack the opponent's Vanguard at the end of the battle, if the attack did not hit, you Counter Blast 1, it stands and it gets plus 10k. Really, really good. And then once per turn, if your unit's attacks hit, this unit gets plus 10k. So really, really good. Either way, if it doesn't hit, if it does hit, you get a bonus effect. So really cool. Running 4. This is a staple. Another staple that you have to run is for this guy, but I only have 1 for now, and this is the card that's like $30 right now. On release, this was 15, and then it jumped up to 30 because of a buyout, and then it's stuck to 30 since today. So it says when placed, you Counter Blast 1, you draw a card, and you call a card from hand, and it immediately attacks your opponent's Vanguard. And if the attack did not hit, you restand that card, and then his Vanguard effect is when this unit attacks, you Counter Blast 1, you stand a rear guard. So really cool. It's a must play, especially when your opponent's at 5. This puts up stupid pressure, and yeah, so basically makes them guard for an extra attack, or else they die. We tuck in 1 of this as of right now. Just set up 2 rear guards. This could be a good first turn ride target if we don't get into this or this. So, but as soon as we get 3 of these, the next 3 cards are coming out for those, obviously. But yeah, it's basically you Counter Blast 2, you stand 2 rear guards when it attacks, and then when this attack hits, you counter charge 1, then you choose 1 of your rear guards and give it plus 5k. We have 2 Inside's Riser. When it attacks, you Counter Blast 1 and you stand every single card that is on a basically an XL circle on additional rear guard circle. So basically anything with XL, just to get the extra attacks in. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I do have more copies of Hems, but I feel like this is like kind of better, but I don't know, we'll see. Next up, hey, you've seen this guy before. So for this hero guy, he's really good in BCD just because he gets power, and then if any of the attacks are not hit, you can stand him and he gets more power. So Really, really good. And yeah, so he's definitely a staple. I'm not going to go over his effect because we already went over that in the hero profile. Next up, this brand new card, Kick Typhoon. Really good for Deitys. Vanguard and Rearguard, when placed, this unit, if this unit's on Vanguard or an additional Rearguard circle, and at the end of the turn, it gets plus 5k. So if it's on Vanguard, it gets plus 5k. If it's an additional Rearguard circle, so basically an XL circle, it gets plus 5k. And then once per turn, when it attacks, all Rearguard. Wait, I'm not sure if this is a typo or if I'm just stupid. When it attacks, if all the Rearguards in your front row have a Rearguard, so basically you have to have a Rearguard in the front row, especially your XL circles, you get the counter +1 and stand one of your Rearguards. So, really good for the multi-attack. That's what Novas did in the before, and I'm happy they're bringing it back in Standard. So, just the multi-attacks and just the added pressure, especially when they're at 4 or 5 damage. The OG, Triple OG, Brutal Jack. I love this card ever since the game started. I made a deck just about him when the game started. And now he's back in Standard, and basically gets plus 10k Vanguard and Rearguard during your turn. Really, really good, so that makes it a 19k base, and then if he's on an XL2, it becomes a 24k base. This unit cannot stand during the stand phase, so basically during your next turn it can't stand, unless his other effect is, once per turn you rest 2 Rearguards, and then you can stand him. So basically, when he attacks, he can't stand again unless you rest 2 other Rearguards the next turn. Then he can stand. And there's a good little combo with the Grade 1 BCD that I'm pretty sure you guys know. But if you don't know, I'll explain to you. We Tekken 1. Boomerang Throw. This is just if we have 1 or less in Soul Charge 1, and then we have 1 or less face up in the damage, we get to counter charge 1. So, just for that. Pretty simple. This is the guy I was talking about. We run 3. I want to run 4, but I feel like 4 is too clogged in. I feel like you only get this off maybe once, or maybe twice in a game. But when placed during your turn, during your main phase, you can Soul Blast 1, stand all your Rearguards, and if you stand 2 or more Rearguards, as long as you have basically the starter in the Soul, you get to draw a card. So, pretty neat. Which, you know, a little plus. We run 4. This brand new guy. Beast Deity, something, Plains Dragon. When your other Rearguard, once per turn, when your other unit attacks, if you have a Grade 3 Vanguard with Beast Deity in its card name, you get Soul Blast 1 and stand this unit. So, unfortunately, if we have the Perfect Riser or the Incense Riser on the Vanguard, this effect will not go off. So, I may cut this down to 3 for now until we get the BCD stuff, but it's really good. If we have a BCD Vanguard, it's really good. And then, this guy. In the hero deck profile, I'll explain why I love and hate this guy. But yeah. We need the soul, so it's not that bad. It's just when our opponents, plus really good cards, it just, hurts us. I mean, and if we neg a trigger, it really hurts this deck. Next up, I Tekken 2 of these girls. Basically, they are. By the way, her name is Outer Princess JC. So if something is getting retired, like if say for example I'm playing as a Kagura player or a Narukami player, if something of an effect is getting this removed off the field, or any of my targets are getting removed off the field, you can switch the target to this target, and this will go away instead of the target that they chose. So that's basically like a reflector. So if they try to target anything on the field but her, obviously if they target her, I'm gonna let her die because that's what her skill is basically for. But if they target anything, you can just sack this instead, and then that unit will stay on the field. So Tekken 2 of her. We'll see how it goes. This is just for the Kagura matchup or the Narukami matchup, which we'll probably see at BCS, just because Narukami gets released, I think, 2 weeks before with their new support. And then for the trigger allowance, we have 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. I feel like the 8 crit is the best thing for this deck, just because the rear guards can stand up again with the crit. That's like the best thing you could possibly do. And then the draw pieces you have to run, especially in this deck, because you run a lot of cool cards. And then the heals, obviously, because heals. And then once again, run the same amount for. So yeah. Oh no, well, I see. It seems really good. It's probably the better version of the two decks of Heroes or BCS. It's the better version. So yeah, we have a choice to make, and then we'll decide. We'll decide later on in the series. We don't have to decide right now, but that's what we have right now. We have both decks, and I'm super excited to start playtesting, and hopefully you are too. If you guys are gonna go to the same tournament I'm going to, let me know. Let me maybe we can meet up or something. Get some playtesting sessions going. But yeah, hopefully we test well with the deck. Hopefully we do well in locals, and I guess the next time you'll see me is at locals. So until next time, guys. Peace.